I'm so privileged and happy to be, physically present for this event. It has been almost 2 years, everything moved online, and I thank you all of, to, allow ANROC to be the knowledge partner and come out with this report. So when, my team, we were, when we were given this task to come up with this report, the first thing that struck to my mind was that this is a state which is setting the benchmark for infrastructure development, a good corporate governance, led by a very stable government. So when I was climbing the dais, I read this tagline, developing Realty, developing Telangana. I think the benchmark is now developing Realty, developing country. So, and then it gives me immense pleasure to speak about this wonderful city and state. And, because if you talk about the contribution the state is making towards the corporate governance side of the real estate, as in the first half, the officials from the government officials, they said that we have very less complaints in terms of what is coming in the RERA. So that, I think, gives kudos to all the developers who have maintained that transparency. And why I say that it is important. Home buying is basically based on the fundamental principle of gaining the trust of the home buyers. So if you look at the northern part of the country where, we see every time that X number of projects are stuck, XY developer has kind of, is behind the bar. And look at this state. Look at, the developers. I don't see, sitting in the northern part of the country, I have ever come across any negative news about this industry. So I think that's one of the cornerstone which this wonderful state and the developers are working on. I think you should take pride on it. And that's the reason many buyers are continuously flocking this market. So this report, what we focused more on highlighting why this state, is set to grow. One is your good corporate governance that we have, very stable political environment, infrastructure which attracts a lot of investment. So real estate, as we say, it is kind of impacting 250 ancillary industries. And then if the country has to grow and if the country has to come out after this COVID slump, it's the real estate that has to kind of really fire up and has to contribute. Today, real estate or realty contributes close to 6% of the GDP. In next 5 years, it is expected to grow by 17% of its contribution. So I think every one of us sitting in this room are playing a very major role in nation building. And as I say that 80% of the country is yet to be built. So whatever growth we are talking about real estate is just driven by the 20% part of it. So just imagine when rest of the part of the country starts to really kind of participate, the kind of growth we are looking at. So we are just, I say, we are kind of just scratching the surface of the growth. 80% of the country is still work in progress, and that leaves an immense opportunity for all of us to participate and grow. With this note, I would really like to thank you and wish you a very coming new year. I think this part of the country is really kind of developing, and I hope that it continues to do that. Thank you.